So, UFC 259, and I've got to say, banger of a card. It's probably one of the best.
It's
probably one of the best UFC cards I've seen in a couple of years.
not just not just the main card, the prelims, and the early prelims. Now, listen. Here's the thing: we've got 4 champions fighting on a single card, right? You've got 2 weight divisions. You got one person coming up from a weight division. You got the females champion, and then you've got ex-champions on the cards, and then you got ex-title contenders on the card as well. You will never ever.
You also have an ex-champion, Dominic Cruz, on the prelims.
How dare they?
Ex-title contender on the prelims, Joseph Benavidez.
Yeah, how dare you? Honestly, how dare they do disrespect?
Oh, Thiago Santos.
Yeah,
ex-title contender. So like this is like the cream, like the creme de creme.
Yeah.
Of UFC cards.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, in the last couple of years, 100%.
The caliber of what you've got going on right now for next week, you will never see in boxing.
Give
me a time when we had 4 champions fighting on the card, including the female and male goats.
Yeah, probably.
Or arguably goats, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but the first thing we got to talk about is the main event, obviously, is between Israel and Jan. Now, I've been watching. I haven't watched the countdown just yet, but I know that everyone's talking. All the comments, or everyone's popping off that Israel is looking thick. Like,
to be honest, I don't really understand those comments because he walks around.
Yeah.
Around to actually no, he might not be 205. He's usually at. I think he might be around 195, 198.
Yeah.
It's probably not that hard just to drink a bit of water. He's a little bit overhydrated and he steps on the scales. He's already made the claim that he might even just, he won't make 205. He's going to be under. He might be 193, 195, 196, something like that. I don't really understand those comments. I know I've seen him been lifting weights for a while. He's been lifting with his friend Carlos Ulberg, who's also on the early prelim card of UFC 259, fellow kickboxer from City Kickboxing in Australia.
Yeah, I mean, when Israel fights, he likes to bring his camp with him into the card. You know what I mean? Like the City Kickboxing crew. Because we got Kai Kara France. He fights out of City Kickboxing as well.
Yeah,
and so it's it just shows their dominance and what they're trying to push. But
certainly striking wise.
Yeah, striking wise. But one thing I'm pretty impressed with when it comes to Israel, I don't think he's had to weight cut at all. He just got back to his normal weight. Maybe he stacked on a little bit more weight, but he's not really had to fluctuate from his natural weight as much.
I think that's what's the best thing about Izzy is that he's not one of these big muscle bound guys. I mean, he's fought at heavyweight before for boxing as well. Yeah. And he's been at light heavyweight for kickboxing. So this weight the weight is not going to be an issue for Adesanya at all. I think it's good that he's even underweight. If he's underweight, brilliant. That's fine. I don't think just in order to get those last couple pounds on, I don't see the point in lifting the weights. If he keeps his natural agility and speed and natural elusiveness, fair play. I think that's exactly what plays well into this fight. His natural agileness. He's honestly so good on his feet. His footwork is probably one of the most impressive things about him. His footwork in and out of range, constantly moving.
His long jab, his leg kicks. He's always different types of kicks.
He's almost the perfect package, not going to lie. And I know, a lot of Polish fans will probably be like, well, because we'll get to Blachowicz as well, because he's impressive in his own right. But, Izzy's got the talk. He's got the fight IQ. He's already able to pick things apart and create really good feints for people to bite on. His movement. And he's got power as well. No, it's not probably on the same level as a natural light heavyweight as like Jan Blachowicz, because he's probably going to be cutting a decent amount of weight.
Yeah.
But he's got power too.
Yeah.
He's lightning quick. This is a lot of people are saying this is speed versus power, and I can't lie. I So
Yeah.
I can't disagree.
I mean, that's correct, but we've come up from the times that Adesanya doesn't really give a shit about power, because like you said, when it came to Paulo Costa, which everyone was like looking at as like this smashing machine, it was like going for everyone, he just made like easy work, like easy money of him, just chopped him down, downloaded him, but Jan Blachowicz is a lot more experienced and a lot more seasoned than Paulo Costa, and he's got that one punch knockout power and his Polish power,
Which Paulo didn't have. Paulo didn't have
Yeah.
one punch knockout
Yeah.
power.
Correct.
He had
some durability.
he had durability, but I would say Izzy has power because he's like Conor. He has preciseness. He has
Yeah.
preciseness, not so much overwhelming power, but preciseness, and then it translates to a powerful strike. Jan Blachowicz is just a fucking freight train, but Paulo was. They call him the eraser. I would call him the tenderizer. He kind of tenderizes his opponents. He hits them over and over, and he kind of just breaks them. Like
Breaks
that,
them down, yeah.
Like that. What am I thinking?
Travis Brown?
No. I'm trying to think what fight. Uriah Hall. He
Uriah
just
Hall.
broke Uriah Hall.
Oh.
He just broke him down constantly, and he does quite big looping shots that are quite easily telegraphed. But those shots have power behind them. But they tenderize them. They're not knockout power like Blachowicz. Blachowicz touches you. It's a hard night for most people. As soon as he hit as soon as he hit Dominic, bang, went into the stanky leg, and it wasn't enough to shut off the lights that he's unconscious, like Derek Lewis knocking out Curtis Blades last week. But it turned off the circuitry. It turned off the brain connecting with the leg.
Yeah.
And that's all she wrote. So Jan is super dangerous.
Yeah.
He's so much more dangerous than Paulo. He's a proper grappler.
Yeah,
with
that's
impressive skills on the feet.
I'm so glad you brought that up as well, because we haven't seen that person yet to take Israel to the ground. Like,
He's very good. I think he's got an 86% takedown defense average.
yeah. Now, but the thing is, Israel Adesanya's now got his purple belt.
Yeah. I don't see him tapping into that unless he's truly in trouble. And we've seen that he's been taken down in the past. But I don't see... Blachowicz may tap into the grappling as soon as he finds the kickboxing doesn't go his way, right? But he himself has already said, I predict a second round KO by a leg kick.
Yeah.
And...
I want to see how that happens.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think this is going to be a kickboxing match for sure. And I think as soon as Jan notices that the kickboxing is not swaying in his favor, he's not going to be stubborn. I think he's going to go for a takedown. It's just Izzy's got really good takedown defense. I just don't know if it'll happen.
Yeah.
With Izzy, I really feel like leg kicks are going to be a big factor again. Same thing like Paulo. He's going to chop at that lead leg over and over and over, and he's going to make that lead leg wrecked. That you can't even stand on it. That it's going to kind of... Because Blachowicz has got big legs. He's got big legs that he pushes off the ground with to connect those shots, right? A lot of that power comes from his hips and comes from his legs. If he can't really properly push off that front leg, it's trash. It's a trash leg, and it'll really suck away Jan's power. I really feel like he's going to do the same thing he did with Paulo. Really nullify some of his power by taking away one of his legs. Makes it a lot easier movement-wise for you to dance around them, which is what Izzy already does. Even on two normal legs, he'll dance around you.
Yeah.
But as soon as he makes Jan Blachowicz's movement a little bit more stagnant, a little bit tougher for him to go around, I think Izzy will start to pour on a little bit more volume.
Chop at the legs, then go for the trunk, and then finish him off.
Yeah, he might start. I mean, we've never seen Blachowicz have an issue with cardio, to be honest. I haven't seen Jan have an issue with cardio. I think cardio is not an issue for either gentleman, to be honest. I think it's Izzy being patient and Jan really trying to pick his timing. I think, this is a really, really great fight. Really, really great fight.